Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the canvas I've been working with. We've seen or we've learned how to join and join multiple. My next concept is to show you how the union works. So that's my next concept. So you're going to learn about this tool here, union. So you're going to combine two or more data streams with similar structure based on field names or position. In the output, each column will contain the data from each input. So we want to combine different fields and append some data. So in here we already have, so I'm going to ignore the upper part of this canvas of this data stream. Then I'm going to work with employees.csv. So here or India, I'm going to select or to output the select tool to see what I have. Okay, so when I output the select tool connected to my source data, which is the employee.csv, I'm able to see this data here, the ID, the store ID, first name, last name, entry, and head of store. So if you validate this data here, you realize that we have number 1, number 2, number 3, or basically we have the store number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So number 4 is missing. We have number 5, we have number 6, 7, 8 is there, number 9 is missing, and number 10 is there. Okay, so having known that, we now go ahead and append. So we're going to bring in the records for store number 9. We're going to append the record for store number 9 and number 4. So in here, you're going to use another source, and our source here. So the source I'm going to use is the text input. So what the text input does here, so the text input manually adds data which should be stored in the workflow. So the next thing I want to do is to add data manually onto or by using the text input, considering that we don't have, or we are lacking 2 records. We don't have record 4 and record 9. So what the text input does here, it manually adds the data onto our table. Okay, and for us to do that, or if you want to add your data into, or to manually add you must maintain the same data structure. What that means, the new stream of data or the new source must have the same columns, that is the ID, the record ID, the ID, store ID, first name, last name, entry, and error store. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy cells with headers. Okay. So after copying, I now paste. So when I bring my cursor there, I see a square there telling me it's now activated. So my next move is to paste. Okay. So I'm doing this to avoid the retyping. So I'm not going to retype again the headers because I already have. So what I'm going to do here is to replace this record here with record 10, or the store number 10, which was missing, store number 4, that is. So I'm going to replace or to bring in the store number 4. So I'll just start with store number 9. So the store number 9, I'll bring in my record there. So for the dates, I can choose to use today's date. So today is 7th of May. So this person is going to be the head of store. I also bring in the store number 4, which was missing. So the person adding the store number 4 is Jan Delta. Okay. Then the date here. So I'm going to use the same month, 6th, 2024. Again, I have this name as the head of store. Okay. So I now have the new record of the store number 9 and 4. Okay. So after doing that, the next step now is to bring in the union, that is. So I'm going to use the tool here. Then I connect that select tool right there. Again I select my text input right there. Okay. Then I run. Before I run, so before I run, okay, right. So let me run it. So after running it, you're able to see our records here. You now have the two records added, the store ID number 9 and 4. So that's how the union tool works in Alteryx. So that one makes a lot of sense. Okay, now the next concept I'm going to show you is the use of find and replace. So I'm going to pull a new canvas. So what we're going to learn is find and replace. So this one is a bit complex compared to Excel or Word, and it's comparable to VLOOKUP in Excel. Okay, so what we're going to do with find and replace here, I'm going to, so the case here, like for example, the case of store information, we have this data here. So when I click on it, on the window configuration, I'm able to see the preview of the store information, where they are in the ID, the city, the country, latitude, longitude, and number of employees. Okay, so what we're going to do here, what find and replace does here, it searches for the, like for example, what I want to do here is to replace or to move the stores. So I want to move the store number 6 and 7 to a different location. Okay, so the original location here is Santa Ana and Wellington. So that's the original location of my stores. So to relocate or remove these stores, I must be having another source where to relocate to. So I'm having my data. So when I open it, or when I have a preview of the same, when I click on the location, the output anchor, you realize that we have these new locations. So the original location was Wellington. We now have New York, and the number of employees has changed. So initially we had 8 employees in Santa Ana and 12 employees in Wellington. After relocating to a new location, we now have the new number of employees. So this one happens as a result of maybe because of many reasons. So that's why we need to do a bit of manipulation in our data. So what we're going to do here, is to introduce the find and replace tool. In here, the find and replace tool will do the job for us. It will find and replace. Okay. So the moment I select, or the moment I bring in the find and replace to the canvas, on the window configuration, we are given these options to find beginning of field, any part of the field, entire field, case insensitive, match all word only, replace font text with values, then append. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find any part of the field, the entire field. So I'm going to click entire field. Then before that, let me join. Okay, so I'm joining the find to my so I'm going to find the store information and replace that way. So I now have the two files connected to my tool. So the store information is connected with the F. The F stands for find, and the location is connected to R, which is locate. So I'm now going to find entire field. So I'm going to find the city, then I'm going to retain the original location. So I'm not going to change anything there. In here, I'm going to, so again this one is going to remain as it is. When I run it, what I see on my result grid are the new changes. So when I click the find and replace it output anchor, you realize that we have new stores. The stores have changed from Santa Ana. So if you check the store information, we add Santa Ana and Wellington as the original city, but now after replacing, it now changes to Chicago and New York. So that's where the new stores are found. Okay. Now, after running it, you realize that the move to and new employees is not reflecting in the results grid. So if I want to bring in the column move to and new employees, I'm going to click append, then I check on move to and check on new employees. So I'm going to append the two column names onto my results grid. Then I run. Okay. As you can see, we have the new column move to and the new column new employees with 19 employees and 20 respectively. For the new city, we have the Chicago and New York, but we have a problem with number of employees. So the number of employees have not changed here. So this is the problem that you are encountering. So you still have 8 and 12. Okay. We have 8 and 12. So this is another problem that need to be rectified. And problems are always good, so that we can learn better, or the problems makes us understand better. So to change or replace this number of new employees from 8 to 9, 19 and 12 to 20, we are going to introduce a formula. So I'm going to bring in a formula. So the formula here will do the job for us. So once the formula is in the canvas, the window configuration is activated. Okay, so I'm going to change this to number of employees. Then I bring in the function or the formula. So the formula here, I'm going to use if is null, so I'm going to use this formula. So if is null, if this column is null, or if the new employee column is null, so I'm going to type here the new employee. So if the new employee column is null, what to expect to return is the number of employees. Okay, else if that's not the case, it gives the new employee. So this is the type of the function that is going to give us the results. Okay, so when I run it, then I click on the formula output anchor. Good, it now changes, or I now have the new employee number changed to 19 and 20 respectively. So that's how the find and replace is used in Alteryx. Okay. Thank you for watching. Follow my page by subscribing, drop your comment, go ahead and like. See you in my next video.